Welcome everybody to the Latin Nerds Network. My name is Jose and this is my review for Moana 2, of course, the highly anticipated sequel to Moana, a movie which I really liked. I mean, I love that film. I thought it was a huge surprise when it came out. I mean, I'm a big fan of The Rock. Him as Maui, the demigod really worked. That movie, the girl, great voice, the music was really good in that film, and it really stood out. I had a couple of really good, memorable songs in that movie. Just an overall really good story, good animation, everything really clicked in that first film. So obviously, I was looking forward to the second one here. This one continued the story, of course. Moana, who's a little bit older now, a little more wiser, I guess, or maybe not. But now she's definitely embarked on a new adventure. She's still seeking, to find other people of the sea to kind of reunite some of the other tribes that she's heard about in the past and all that. And she sees it, has this vision of a place, an island of sorts, if you will, and knowing what could happen to her people. She doesn't go out and find these other tribes. She sets out on the quest to go out to find this mysterious island, which her ancestor tried and failed to do. And because this island itself is, all the channels of the oceans converge on this particular island and kind of opening up everything, opening up, it's kind of almost like a gateway, if you will, for all the other tribes out there who are out in the sea. So she wants to kind of reignite that, right? And of course, she seeks the help of eventually of Maui himself. They reunite for this adventure to kind of destroy the curse that's upon this island she's trying to find by some other god who, doesn't want these people reuniting. Of course, there's other cast of characters that she kind of recruits to help her on her quest before she meets Maui and all that. And I like those other characters. Some of them really work, some don't, a couple don't, but it is what it is. But it was overall, I gotta say, I'm very disappointed in this movie. I really am. This is a far lesser film than the first one, and it's not even close. Now, that doesn't mean that the movie's not good just because it's not as good as the first, right? I've always tried to, some people sometimes they hear that and they automatically think, oh, the movie must be bad. No, it's not a bad film. It's just very, as the kids would say, very mid, meh. It's just nothing really, doesn't have the magic that the first one did by any stretch of the imagination. Like Maui's still great, The Rock is still great, and the girl who plays Moana, she still has a great voice and still does good work here. But essentially, it just lacks that juice that the first one had in so many ways. I mean, this one seems to be more catered to a younger demographic, and I get it. It's animation. Most of the movies should be geared to a young demographic, of course. But the best animated films are kid-friendly, but adult themed sometimes, and adults can have a good time with it, and the kids can enjoy it too. Now, from that standpoint with the kids, I'll focus on that. You should take them out this weekend. We got, Thanksgiving coming up, the long weekend. The theaters will be packed as they always are in that time of the year. Yeah, take them out. The kids are going to like it. There's a lot of kids in the theater. I didn't hear too much of the kids in terms of laughing and all that, but they seem to clap in the end and enjoy it. So that's a good sign. If you got young ones, go take them out. It's a good thing to do with the family because it's still a family film. And, the animation is nice, but the humor, which is dumbed down more for kids, that's why I think I take issue with it, but I just couldn't connect. It just most of the jokes feel flat. They really did, and there's a few funny moments, especially with the chicken from the first one. I thought really worked, and the pig, and some things that Maui did that worked from time to time. But for the most part, I was just really bored. To be honest with you, I was bored. The story is very simplistic. There's this god that's looming out there who, put upon this curse on the island and whatever. He's never shown, so the villain's kind of absent. There's one character who you think is going to be the villain, but it's not, and this character disappears. You never see from her again for the rest of the film. What was the point of her? It didn't make any sense. You could have just cut her off, maybe just for some exposition, but it just didn't make any sense. And again, there's also some decent moments. The moment that's supposed to really hit home, the moment of heart, is not quite there as the first one did. So like I said, it's lacking in a lot of ways, but as big as disappointment as anything else, what really stood out is the music. It was just generic and nothing special. You hear it once, it's okay, and then you forget about it. It's unmemorable. Unlike a couple of the songs in the first film, that's just not there. And those songs in these kind of films, when you're featuring some of these songs, they're supposed to really elevate the film. And some of the best Disney animated movies have really great music, going back all the way to Little Mermaid, Lion King, and so forth. Right? Even obviously the original Moana, Frozen. List goes on and on. This one just didn't have that, so it lacked in that department. So that didn't elevate the film. The humor didn't quite do it. overall, it's fine. It's okay. It's a nice adventure, a good hour and a half to spend with the family, whether you're watching the theaters, which I still think you should go because I think the family, as a family, is nice to do and the kids will enjoy it. Nice animation, some decent moments here and there, but really it just lacked any real originality. Didn't have any, again, none of that sizzle wasn't there and the music wasn't there. So overall, I guess I was really disappointed about the finished product. It seemed just like a quick money grab to do a sequel without putting a lot of thought into it, which is kind of unfortunate. I mean, that's the way I felt about it. You know, I think overall may enjoy it mildly, but I don't think this is going to have any of the success that the first one did. No doubt about it. But again, I still recommend it because of the family film for that reason. You know, but other than that, if you don't have a family, you really love the first one, you know, you're gonna go watch it. Curb the expectations, low rundown. Expectations are the gateway to disappointment, right? Let's be honest about it. And if you have high expectations, you will be disappointed more so not. Not to say you're not gonna enjoy the film. It's just not one you're gonna walk out of and remember, and after a couple of days you're gonna forget about it. That's basically what it is. Like, oh yeah, I remember Moana 2, big deal. The first one is so much better. That's exactly what you're gonna be saying over and over in your head after seeing this film. So disappointed, yes. A bad movie, no. Just not a great one. It's just very average animated film. Disney can do way better than this, no doubt about it. But if you guys do watch it, comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed my need to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.